this year. Erikan Obotetukudo is a lifelong hustler, public speaker, and businesswoman. Across 4 continents, Erikan has been a trusted partner of Fortune 1000 companies and small to medium enterprises seeking to grow in new markets. She's worked with companies like LinkedIn, IKEA, TED, and more to triple strategic partnerships, increase brand awareness, and activate new business pipelines. Erikan is also the founder of Ken, an acclaimed network of powerful Black and African game changers, investing in themselves and their communities to drive a legacy of global impact for the next 100 years. A graduate of Claremont McKenna College, class of 2013, and major in human biology, Erikan is proud to represent the magic of what happens when everyday people have the audacity to overcome the impossible. We are excited today to have such a dynamic, creative, and community-centered alumna of the colleges deliver our 2018 Black Graduation Keynote. Please join me in welcoming Erikan Obotetukudo, Claremont McKenna class of 2013.
Alrighty, everybody, I'm just so thrilled and grateful to be here. I want to thank you so much, Cleo, for that lovely introduction. I wasn't expecting all of those great words, so I'm so thankful. And really quickly, I want to give a quick shout out to everyone in the room whose names are super hard to pronounce. Yeah? All right. I've lived a lifetime with the hard to pronounce name. Graduation day is an important day for them to get it right, okay? And if they don't get it right, you message me on Instagram, you slide in my DMs. You tell me, Erikan, this is what they looked like. This is where they were located. My dad is here in the room, the one who named me my hard name. We will together approach that person and have a conversation, okay? Alrighty, everybody. I'm again so thankful. Claremont Colleges, it's an absolute honor and delight to be back at the Claremont Colleges. The Office of Black Student Affairs, I couldn't be more grateful to be back, and thank you so much. And Dr. Agnes Jackson, I want to thank you personally for you starting the OBSA 49 years ago. I have to tell you, this community was a saving grace during my 4 years, especially as a CMC'er. And I just want to really acknowledge how it is so amazing that we've created this community. We've created this village that is meant to help us thrive in our 4 years of college, but you all will soon learn that will literally anchor you in all of the years following college and ideally for the rest of your lives. So I'm so thankful to be a part of y'all's journey. Family, let's get a round of applause for all the family. It takes a village to raise our amazing children, and you all did it. And every one of you, I hope, feels proud of your contribution to getting your children here. This moment is not only for the graduates, hey graduates, but it's for you all as well. And so I want to celebrate you all in today's speech as well. Now graduates, I'm so happy and elated to look at each of you. I was just in your spot 5 years ago. I totally know how much it was a push to the finish line, right? Right? See the heads nodding. I see the heads nodding. I know. It was a push to the finish. Because let me keep it 1,000 with you all. Let's just keep it really real. CMC was no walk in the park, I'm telling you right now. Okay? Especially CMC. Okay? 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 But all the more reason why I am honored to be here to give you this keynote. Because I'm not necessarily 40 years out of the game. 50 years old with success under my belt. Sure, I've accomplished a few interesting, great accolades, but I'm really just like you all. Just 2 seconds ahead of your journey right now. I can literally tell you all of my mess up stories, all the mistakes that I've made, and really how all of those mistakes have led to the accomplishments that most people see and the invitation to this stage today. So honestly, graduates, today, and to family members and to faculty, I am honored to address the true real life stories that ideally will help you all navigate your 20s, ideally finesse this real adult life, and get as close as you can to living your best lives. Alrighty, but before I do this, in the spirit of activating the village, as the theme is for this graduation, I actually leaned on other Claremont alums. Yes, your relationships with these very people don't end today, everybody. Get people's phone numbers, make sure you guys got each other's IG handles, because you guys will want to stay in touch. And so if you Claremont alums wanted so badly to connect and give love to you all, to bless you all. And so I'm actually going to share a few words of advice from some of them. Sydney, Scripps, class of 2013. The sooner you can manage and let go of your insecurities, the sooner you can enjoy this crazy world. Scott, CMC 2013. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Whether you need a place to crash or have to move back in with your parents. Yeah, parents. There we go. That's a strong clap. All right. All right. Proud Papa. Okay. Either way, you've developed these networks for a reason. Use them. Priscilla, CMC 2013. It's going to be messy. You don't know what you like until you figure out what you don't like. It's gonna feel like a disaster for a few years. But if it helps you, trust that just about everyone around you feels the exact same way. Maya, Pomona 2013. Everyone doesn't know what the F they're doing. Okay. Performance in college, especially as a person of color, is not indicative of the real world. The most successful billionaire entrepreneurs seriously struggled in school. It's the suffering, the milestones, the confusion, the questioning failure after failure. That is what builds you to be great. Everyone, this is love and blessings from people that have been in your shoes. I'm here not as myself. I represent a long legacy of Claremont College graduates. For Pomona, dating back into the 1800s, we want you all to thrive. We want you all to succeed. And so I want to just make it very clear that I'm expecting you all to stay in contact with Claremont alum because we're in this family together. Today's your day of getting indoctrinated into the Claremont College legacy, and we have all been through it so that you all don't have to. Make sure you find us. All right, so major key number one, my major lesson that I learned. Life is going to be hard, but learn from those setbacks. All right, everybody, I'm gonna take you back into time a little bit. 1 year after graduating college, I actually had a great epiphany. I wanted to no longer pursue a path in healthcare. I'm sorry, Dad, I didn't want to be a doctor anymore. And instead, I decided that I wanted to go into business, into entrepreneurship. But I'm gonna be real, keep it 1,000. The transition was tough. I moved to New York City, and I ended up working a restaurant job. Some of the consulting gigs that I had hoped would work out didn't quite. And so I'm now commuting 2 hours away. I have this degree. I thought I was going to be, going out of college, hitting the ground running. But here I was as a hostess in a restaurant, and I actually saw a flight deal. I don't know if you all are avid travelers, but I certainly am. And I saw a flight deal for a cheap flight to Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah. Simmer down. Okay. So I was so excited because for me, all roads lead back to Africa. Yes, that is right. And the opportunity to see a flight deal for me to go to Africa, I thought this was a sign. So I hopped on a plane and thought, okay, at the very least, this will be a 2-week vacation, and I'll just explore all of the emerging, bustling opportunities that Africa has to offer and see what this whole hype about Africa Rising is all about. So I land, and it did not disappoint. I'm telling you, it was like being in an adult HBCU. Everybody was black, everybody was educated, and everybody was doing something to redefine the continent. It was electric, and I was lost in the sauce. And within 2 weeks, I kid you not, I got 2 job offers. Now listen, let's compare the stats real quick. So we're talking restaurant job in New York City, 2 jobs in Lagos, Nigeria, the place that I was meant to be in my mind. Of course I took the 2 jobs. Of course, right? Okay. So I shared this amazing news with my brother and my mother, and they were not impressed. They said to me, Erikan, you can do better. Partially, that's just our Nigerian culture, nothing's ever enough, but also because they felt that the jobs weren't that good. But I told them, no, this is my dream job. This is it. This is my time. Africa is now. I'm going to be a revolutionary. That's a part of lifting the continent, Africa rising, Mandela. I was going to do it. It was going to be great. And so they let me go on my way, and in that moment, I had officially moved back to Nigeria. I moved my stuff over, and that was that. No planning, no years of notice, no agenda. That was it. But 2 little factors I actually forgot to think through, and one of them was how much I was getting paid. And where I was going to stay. Forgot that detail. So here I am, 2 weeks into Nigeria, and I have no place to stay. And I thought that, I'll just stay on friends' couches. It's nothing, it'll be good. Turns out that's not really in our culture, so we don't do that. And so I had a few days where I really had to figure it out. Let's just say that. And fast forward a few months, and to be very honest, you all, you see all of this right now, but I was really at my lowest low. One of the companies that I was originally going to work with, within the first week, fizzled out. We couldn't come to an agreement on the terms. And the second job that I ended up keeping throughout the months was just going to pay me $1,000 a month. That means $12,000 a year. And for somewhere in the world, I'm sure that's a manageable amount of money. But in this case, it wasn't. But I was so lost again in the sauce that I was telling myself that I'm part of diaspora coming back, and we're about to bring the diaspora back to Africa, and this is gonna happen. And I was delirious because I was struggling, okay? And really for no reason at this point, because at this point it was a choice. Okay. Does that sound familiar? Okay. So I called my brother. And I always call my brother when I'm really down and out. Good times too, but definitely when I'm really down and out. When I don't want to tell my parents, you know how it is. And he says, it's nothing. Erikan, just come home. It's nothing, just come home. And I was like, but I can't. I had told everybody. I literally sent a mass text message to everybody in my phone. Change my number. This is the new number. I moved to Africa. You should come visit me next February. I was just come get married here. It's good. I have a spot. I was ready. And I couldn't face the fact that I had told all these people that this is what I was going to do. I was so obsessed and consumed by what other people thought of me. And I was so, for some reason, absorbed by this idea of failure, and that I was ashamed that I didn't accomplish what I thought I was going to do. And my brother said, forget those people. Come back, make some money, get your networks up. Africa's not going anywhere, okay? Not going any dang on place. So when you get yourself resettled, you're gonna regroup, you can go back as many times as you need to. And guess what, Erikan? It's your story. Switch your story up. I was so worried that I wouldn't be able to be marketable back home in the US. Would they understand my Africa experience? Would they understand that I was there doing great work, although it was short? I just was so nervous, and he said, well, tell a different story. Tell a story about how this is your North Star, your greater mission, and how this was a moment in which you took a bet on yourself. And yes, you learned a few things about what that bet involved, and that makes you even more viable and even smarter to come back to whatever US-based company you choose to work at. So I called my best friend, because I only had $200 in my bank account. We were really pushing it to the limit. And she she bought me a plane ticket back home to New York City, and on Christmas Day, I said goodbye to Lagos, Nigeria. Yes, baby, that's right. So, the lessons here are, there are many lessons here. The lessons here are that at the end of the day, I'm not on anyone else's path but my own. And yes, there are going to be setbacks. Everyone is going to think, based on what they see on social media, wow, Erikan's really popping, she's out here in Nigeria. And meanwhile, I'm struggling. And I just decided, let me pick up the pieces of my pride that's on the ground. Let me just go ahead and pick them up, put them back together on the plane, so I can be a whole person again when I land back in the United States. And truthfully, I can tell you right now, you all are going to experience some really hard experiences. Great moments, for sure, but all of the accolades that I've accomplished today did not come from me just breezing through life. It's because I had this experience that led me to all the other things that I've now had. And best of all, today I go to Nigeria 3 times a year on business. So thank you to my brother. All the more reason why you gotta have really amazing people in your corner. But also to let you know that setbacks are not the end. Your steps are not in vain. They all are steps forward, and trust me, you will be okay. All right, so that's major key number 1. All right. Now, major key number 2 is build your tribe. Ask for help and grow together. Now, you may have heard the saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. In your 20s, that is crucial. Okay, so today my best friends are all over the world, and we're closer than we were in college. We communicate through group chats on IG, Facebook Messenger, WhatsApp, and text. We keep up with each other, and we invest in one another, regardless of our time zones. Group chats with my friends are healing and inspiring. We share challenges, accomplishments, funny memes, you gotta have the funny memes, helpful articles, questions, failures, desires. We're honest, we're vulnerable, we trust. I've leaned on my girls during really dark times. Despite our distance though, their messages always uplift me. They remind me that I'm never alone, and they always make me smile. Their voices over the phone wrap around me like a warm hug. And who are these amazing women, you ask? Well, they're, of course, the women of CMC and Scripps. Yes. Closer than we were in college. We grow together, we cheer each other on, we cry a little bit because it's real life, and we motivate each other. Everyone is committed to raising each other up, challenging our ideas, building a legacy, and living our truths. While not all tribes are created equal, my tribe of women from Claremont inspire me to be my best self, and I'm grateful. Graduates, family members, as you all embark on the real world, one thing's for sure. You won't have the convenience of your friends and your mentors, your professors, a dorm hall, or a classroom away. You'll have to build new relationships, and you'll have to build them routinely throughout your life. So just get used to being the hi, my name is, because you're gonna have to do it a lot. And whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, I encourage you to think about when you go to new cities or you're at a new job, just do things that are aligned with your hobbies. So if you like playing ball, find a local ball group amongst ballers and make some new friends through that. Because I know making new friends, building new relationships, especially when you don't have the safety net of Claremont anymore, can be very scary, but it's wildly fulfilling. But the number one thing that will prove to be your best asset as you channel and traverse through the real world is to be intentional with the people that you keep around you. I encourage you to ask yourself some major questions. Filter in and out your friends. filter in and out your family, filter in and out your loving partners, mentors, and professional relationships. Again, filter in and out. And out. Okay. A few questions to guide you as you sort of evaluate, as you should feel entitled to some of the relationships in your life. Does this person motivate me? Am I challenged and growing because of them in my life? Can I be my authentic self with them? Do they possess qualities that I want? Do they cherish me? Do they cherish me? Are they positive or negative? Do they uplift my personal, physical, emotional, professional, or financial well-being? I see some of you really thinking really hard. That's good. That's good. You might have to grab a pair of scissors before you leave graduation today. Chill out. Belly. Chill out. I'm serious. So I told you I've experienced some setbacks, but for real, the number one thing that has made me, quote unquote, successful today is keeping good people only around me. I want you all to have faith and believe that you deserve the absolute best. I want you all to have every dang on Wakandan around you, okay? And not no kind of non-Wakandan, okay? Okay? I also encourage you to lean on your tribe when you need help. And always think about ways that you can actually add value to your tribe. Support them. The best tribes have continuous give and take. Prior to going to LinkedIn, I worked at LinkedIn, I was honestly unsure of how all this international work experience would really align with corporate America. But I did know for sure, based on that conversation that I had with my brother, that I wanted to go into corporate America so I can learn how such a large organization operates, make some real money, invest, learn to invest, acquire mentors, and at the end of the day, leverage that experience to leave, not climb the corporate ladder, leave, and then use what I have learned to go build my content. So in essence, I wanted to treat corporate America like my business school. Trade tuition for commission. That means making money to learn instead of paying to learn. Should I say it again? And that's nothing against anyone going into graduate programs. I support you. But it's okay. Peep game. I'm gonna tell you the quickest way to get your money back. Watch. So, I was in New York City, and I was hosting a few events, and I started to build up a really solid network of great people, some of whom had worked at LinkedIn. And I shared with them my background, my interests, and my insecurities about how I could fit potentially in corporate America. And I was shocked. All of these people that I had known through these events that I hosted reached out to me and said, "Let me help you." They shared with me the ins and the outs of what it means to work at LinkedIn. They told me what answers to prepare for. They told me everything I needed to know about my future boss, down to how many children she had. I also thought, since these great people that were now in my network were so helpful, I wonder what the Claremont Alumni Network could do for me. So, I went on LinkedIn, actually, and I searched LinkedIn employees, and I filtered all those employees by all of the Claremont colleges. There was a list there of all LinkedIn employees who had graduated from the same colleges that I had. And many of them, I didn't know them. But I personally have a mantra that if you're not shameless, then you're not serious. And so I reached out to those unfamiliar faces of years that were not my own, and I said, "Hey, my name is Erikan. I've done a lot of international business work. I would like to link arms and dive deep with you at LinkedIn. Do you have a few moments next week, 2 to 3 p.m., Tuesday or Friday, to discuss your experience and your expertise at LinkedIn? CMC Unite." by the outreach and the support. Because guess what? Yes, you all experienced 4 years here at college, but you all are part of a legacy now, an alumni network now. And I was shocked to see that people were literally saying, we're gonna get you into this company. We're gonna get you in. And that's because we have a shared experience. Whether I know them or not, we could get coffee and talk about, well, did you go to the hub? No, the coop was mine. I love the coop. Or did you ever go to the Scripps pool? No, I always lived on South Campus in Pomona. And like, we can talk about those things regardless of whether we knew each other. These very people, folks I had met at events, but also Claremont alums, became my LinkedIn tribe. These were the people that championed me to my future boss. They sold a story around my merits, and they put my name in the hat when I wasn't in the room. They prepared me for each interview and followed up with each decision maker to make sure that they knew that they vouched for Erikan. Within 3 weeks, y'all, I got the job offer. I also made such an impression for being so well networked within the company that I was able to slide in a higher offer to negotiate. That's right. So quick tip to all graduates, whether you have your current job lined up or you're about to do or about to secure one, I want you to know, always, 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 always negotiate your offer. There's money on the table. I'm telling you this right now. It's going to feel scary. It's going to feel scary. You might quiver a little bit. Call me. Call me. I'm telling you. LinkedIn. I worked at the #1 talent company in the world. I know what these recruiters and these jobs, they're keeping on the table. They are expecting you to not ask for it. I want you all to ask for it. Whether it's 5 Gs more, whether it's more free time, whether it's less healthcare and more whatever stocks. I want you all to feel comfortable and empowered to negotiate all of your offers for the rest of your life. And the best part is, I built this village, this tribe of people in LinkedIn, and they helped me get the offer. But I actually applied formally on the website, typical resume and cover letter. And guess what? On my final in-person interview, for the same job that I eventually got, I got a rejection letter from the h.e.r. team. The same, automatic message. We regret to inform you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that didn't matter. I was going on my final interview. You see, I went through the front door and couldn't get in. But I built a tribe, and they took me through the back door, and the rest is history. So there are 2 major lessons from this example that I learned, and I want to really emphasize with you all. Number 1, constantly find ways to share experiences and share unique value with people who mutually want to see you thrive. 2, never, ever, ever forget this Claremont network. I reach out to folks who I didn't know, people who didn't look like me, but because we went to Claremont, they believed in me. They knew I was smart. They coached me. They gave me confidence even when I did not have it. Today I live in a house of a Pomona alum in LA. I locked it down in 24 hours. I saw the post on Facebook. I saw that we had a bunch of mutual friends. I said, Pomona? She said, yeah. Locked it down in 24 hours. Tomorrow I'm going on a business tour across Asia to expand my personal business, and I am staying with Claremont alums across 3 countries. Come on. This Claremont network is powerful. I'm telling you this right now. And having such supportive tribes makes me feel limitless and capable of anything I desire anywhere. Plus, it saves me money and hotel fees. So trust me on this. As a LinkedIn alum at a billion-dollar company centered on relationships, networking, and connections, I'm telling you, people are the ones who are so important in your life. Cultivate those relationships, learn what value you can offer other people, exchange, and see how much what you thought was impossible become possible. Family members and graduates, I actually have a little secret for you. what is the fastest way to get your money back on this very expensive college investment? Come closer. It's to become an amazingly talented human and leverage the Claremont network at every moment of your life to get closer to your dreams. It's to surround yourself with positive, accountable people who want to see you accomplish the impossible. It's to also support people who care about you and see that very same village provide for you. Now that's it, I can't tell you everything, you know? That's some classified information right there. Don't tell anybody. All right, so major key number 3. You are powerful. You are powerful. Aspire towards ownership and own your legacy. Now, I know it's not often that we're told that we're powerful, especially as students. Frankly, it's rare that our communities are considered powerful, or that we see each other as powerful. But there's one thing that I know for sure about everyone in this room, and it's that during our upbringing, or during our adult life, we've had to navigate many cultures, backgrounds, languages, and demographics, all in the name of survival, all in the name of assimilation, getting a job, moving up in the world. They call it code switching, and it often gets a bad rap. While we do it for survival, or simply to communicate more effectively with diverse communities around us, this ability to switch in between 3 to 4 cultures in moments is a powerful skill, and no longer to be underestimated. It means that your brain detects, second by second, which language, which persona, which cultural context to have at any given moment in order to survive. It does this repeatedly every hour as you travel through space and time. This sounds to me like a superpower. This sounds to me like genius. And not only is it powerful, this ability to travel through different cultures, people, contexts, and experiences, it means that you have unique access. Unique access to dynamic people and communities that you can then have an impact on. Take, for example, my best friend Stas, class of 2013 CMC. She's Brooklyn born, yeah, Trinidad raised, and Atlanta groomed. The A's in the house. I first met Stas at the OBSA retreat freshman year. Like everyone else, I was mesmerized by her melodic, proper West Indian accent. At the retreat, when all the New Yorkers were gathering and doing, you know, the New York thing, I would marvel at how quickly she would switch from Trini accent to Brooklyn swag, like it was nothing. Then we'd be around our CMC students, and I'd hear her switch to prep school proper. When she DJ'd our parties, because you already know me and my girls, we threw it down, and we had some amazing parties all over the colleges, she put everyone on to music from the A, and how the dirty South really gets down. Yeah. You see, one thing that we don't learn here in the United States, everyone, is that the majority of the world's population looks just like us. You travel across North America, Africa, South America, the Caribbean, and easily you'll see yourself walking down the street. You'll see your face on billboards. You'll see yourself in political positions of power. These populations of the global Black diaspora are also the fastest growing, most resource rich, most educated, most influential on some of the biggest industries in the world, like media, entertainment, sports, and others. And also, they're the youngest populations in the world. My friend Stas, and very honestly, you all, look like the global majority. You speak similar languages and dialects, and you have shared experiences. Today, if you all wanted to, you could start a business in the US, and expand it to the Caribbean and Africa, just because. You could advise top companies on how they strategically target young Black people, because you have the access. You are the authority. I'm telling you, I've been with executives across top companies, none of them look like us. So really, much of what we say is the authority. Okay, thank you. You could create health innovations and tech innovations that address unmet needs in our communities. You can create entire programs around sickle cell, for example, and literally have the power to uplift our communities. Few people on this planet can say that about themselves. You all are unstoppable. Come on. And let me just be a testament, let me testify real quick. Because my parents are two Nigerian immigrants who came to the US for graduate school, and we don't necessarily come from a lot. And I'm telling you right now that I've been able, as I said earlier, to travel back to Nigeria 3 times a year for business. Meanwhile, I was over here struggling in the US to get a job. Like, my competitive advantage is in my community. Come on. My ability to attain wealth and build a legacy starts in my community. So I want to really re-emphasize that this is not going to happen overnight. You all are very powerful, but of course this won't happen overnight. But I wanted to just be on your mind, and I want you to know that you can start small. Because it's our generation that has the greatest ability to build wealth in our communities. It's our generation that can create impact beyond the dreams of our ancestors. And so I want you to go out into the world and be inspired by where you come from, the abundant opportunities to create solutions, and uplift the global majority that looks just like you. All right, everybody, let's have some fun really quickly. All right? So one thing's for sure is that I honestly wished I had more fun in college. Yeah, I was so focused on studying and dealing with microaggressions that I just didn't get to really turn up as much as I wanted to. So everyone, if you are able, I would like you to join me in standing, and let's do a little fun thing called call and response. And I know many of you all in our communities, you all are familiar with call and response. I'll let you all rise. Get on a good stretch. All right. So you all know how call and response goes. I'm going to say something, and you say something back. This particular call and response is inspired by an amazing Ethiopian artist named Amine. Okay? Hey. Okay. I did my research. Okay. So I'm going to say something, and I want you all to reply, I know, and say it with conviction. Okay? All right. You're beautiful. I know. You're limitless. I know. You are smart. I know. You are never alone. I know. You are enough. I know. You are worthy. I know. You deserve the best. I know. We are family. I know. We're in this together. I know. Now turn to your neighbor to the left and say, hey, neighbor. Hey, neighbor. You smart. Yeah. As an alum of these very same colleges, I want to let you know that I am in your corner all the way. Okay? I want to hear from you all, whether it's on IG, email, text messages, 3 a.m. calls. I want it all. Because there's no way that I could have gone through what I've gone through and other generations gone through what we've gone through and you guys go through the same. It's just not possible. I'm in your corner and I stand with many people behind you. You just can't see them right now. And so I want to salute you all for such a great, virtuous day that you've arrived at. It's not going to be easy, but we can do this together. I believe that. So thank you so much. I love you. I love you.
We gon' be alright.